the piece Liquid Rooms is written for Odense Symphony Orchestra, and it's a project that I had in mind for a long time, because what I would like to do was to kind of experiment with space, so that you don't use the symphonic orchestral space in a normal manner. And what I wanted to do was to make a surround orchestra. And then put the audience in the middle. So you have 5 platforms of orchestra placed around the audience. You have the deep instruments in the bottom of the room, and then you have 4 other platforms with different groups. So really it's like 5 chamber orchestras playing. And the audience is placed in the middle, but they stand up so they can put themselves in the listening perspective, how they want. And what, of course, this grouping does is that they talk with each other a lot. So there's a lot of respond and call things between the groups, and a lot of different movements around the room, like spirals, circles, cross movements and stuff. But the music is quite simple and emotional, so it's not like as excuse me for saying that, but it's not like Stockhausen's Gruppen or something like that, which it could easily be perceived as, but it's quite melodic music, and it's more like just giving the whole audience a total experience of the room, and to amplify that even more and make it an even more whole experience. There's a light designer and a video artist who has done a video and sound design for the whole project, and they do a little the same as I talked about in the string quartet about displacement, where she has just done this, I said, by filming the room, and then she's a program that can react on the sounds of the orchestra. So when certain things happen in the orchestra, the room kind of gets displaced or gets liquid or moves around. So it disturbs in a way the solid experience of the room. But then that's only the first half of the piece, because in the second half of the piece, before that, the orchestra, they get up, all the 4 platforms on the side of the audience, they get up and they move down to the 5th platform at the end of the room while they play. So they go in between the audience and start and play while they walk. And they all play the same melody, which is a kind of pan harmonic chord. So what you get is a kind of sea of sound, but they all play the same tune, different positions, you might say. And so that gives a sea of sound. They move towards, and then when they sit down, they move into another chord. And where everybody sit down, the conductor starts the orchestra, and they start a completely entirely new kind of feeling in the piece, which is much more rhythmic and forthrighting, whereas the other was very much more dispersed and broken off and stuff, much more kind of unstable. So they move into this very stable, rhythmic, forthrighting movement, and that which is in the beginning very quiet, and then it's sort of gets more and more energetic and with the crescendo. So it gets stronger and stronger, and then it, just where it culminates on a very high point, it culminates. But just where that thing is, then it suddenly changes completely tonality from being very aggressive to very, very soft, and it all goes really quiet, and just so it's just like going up and up and up, and then transcending into a different room. So it's just very quiet, and that stays kind of shimmering for some time, and then suddenly it changes chord again, and you get this really big emotional rush, and then a soprano enters and sings this really beautiful text, which is one I found by an English artist called Mark Slaughter. who I found on the internet, and he was really happy about me using his poems. His poems are amazing, kind of Shakespearean, modern Shakespearean feeling about them. Really beautiful language. And it's this kind of aesthetic, almost like just like a Satori experience, where you get into a kind of different state of mind, where all problems they kind of evaporates and disperse into space, and you get this really beautiful overview in a way of life and earth, which is really amazing. And the soprano sings that, and the character of that music is completely different than the other, and the instant is really soft and very tonal, beautiful language, very close to what I work with, for instance, on Efterklang and things like that. So it's almost pop music in a way, but folk.